Hello, everyone, and welcome to our very first edition of Minor League Monthly here on YesNetwork.com. I'm Chris Sheeran, host of Yankees Batting Practice Today and the Off the Wall podcast. This show will take you around the Yankees minor league system from Staten Island to Charleston, Tampa, Trenton, and Scranton. Helping me bring all of this information to you will be Joe Oriema, Krista Robinson, and you'll meet them later in the show. Joey will bring you up to speed on the latest happenings in Scranton, the Yankees AAA affiliate, and Krista will guide you through AA Trenton. We are also pleased to have David Fenster, who covers the Trenton Thunder exclusively, and the expertise of PinstripePlus.com and Pinstripe Plus Magazine's Patrick Teal as well. He and his knowledgeable staff spread throughout the organization will all lend a helping hand to get you closer to the precious seedlings in the Yankee farm system. And when we come back, we begin in A-ball as Patrick Teal joins us to discuss a former first-round draft pick and to put some pitchers on the radar as well. That's next right here on Minor League Monthly on YesNetwork.com.
For your first look at the upcoming game, turn to Yankees Batting Practice Today, presented by Audi. Go out to the ballpark and into the cage for a preview of the day's lineup and a look at the man on the mound.
No matter whether I win the game or whoever wins the game, the team is most important.
Plus pregame interviews and analysis with the players and the manager.
It's a tricky thing to know every day what to expect.
And the latest news from around the major leagues. Start your game day with Yankees Batting Practice Today, presented by Audi. Only on Yes.
Slade Heathcott was taken in the first round, 29th overall in the 2009 amateur draft. He was born September 29th, 1990 in Texarkana, Texas. And the center fielder, as you can see, is off to a decent start to the 2011 campaign in Charleston. Welcome back to Minor League Monthly here on YesNetwork.com. I'm Chris Sheeran. We want to bring in now the publisher of Pinstripes Plus Magazine and PinstripesPlus.com, Patrick Teal. And Patrick, let's talk a little Charleston River Dogs baseball, the Yankees low-A affiliate. You were there recently. Let's start with Heathcott, the guy we just saw. We saw his numbers, but paint us a picture. How does he look in person?
Well, he's a physical specimen. I mean, this guy is built, for those that can remember Lenny Dykstra, that's the way he's built. I mean, he's very solid. He's got good power. His speed is Brett Gardner-esque. He's that fast, and he's just got a cannon for an arm. I mean, he's got the entire package. His swing's a little long. That's why there's a lot of strikeouts. He's also a young guy, so he's still trying to find his consistent swing, trying to find that pitch that he can drive. But when he does connect, I mean, he's connecting with power, as you can tell from the numbers. Absolutely.
Now let's move to the pitchers here, Patrick. The first one, we're going to put some guys on the radar here, and the first one, according to you, we should stamp on the radar is Tommy Kane Lee. Give us a little bit on him, the 22-year-old. He turns 22 in August.
This guy is a power reliever in every sense of the word. I mean, he is a max-effort pitcher. He's consistently in the 94 to 96 mile-an-hour range, tops out at 98. What makes him so effective, though, is he has got a big-time changeup. I mean, this thing is in the Edward Ramirez category, to give you a better picture. So that makes that fastball, when he's commanding it, unbelievably hard to hit.
And that's the main thing, Patrick. How is the command? This is low-A ball, but how is his command down there?
His command is inconsistent. There are nights where he can spot his fastball well, and there are nights where he can't. He's got not a very long delivery, but it's very compact, a little bit different than most. So sometimes he'll throw across his body, can't command his fastball quite as well, but that's what he's working on. That's why he's in low A. But once he does start commanding that fastball with that changeup and a slider that on nights can be even better than his changeup.
Wow.
I mean, this guy can be, Jabba Chamberlain when he gets, once he harnesses all of his control.
All right, moving on. Let's get the next blip on the radar screen, if you will, and that's Danny Burrower. Give us a little scouting report on the 22-year-old.
Danny is very much like Kane Lee in that he can throw extremely hard. He, too, is in that, sitting in that mid-90s range, can top out at 98 miles per hour as well.
Wow.
He doesn't have the changeup quite as well as Kane Lee has. But he does have a slider that, like Kane Lee's, can be quite effective. That's the big thing for him. Maybe last year when he was drafted at St. John's, he wasn't throwing strikes. They've got him throwing strikes. His arm action is a lot looser than Kane Lee's. So it looks like it's coming in faster than it actually does, just because he's so fluid in his delivery. Von Nova-like in the way he throws the ball. But the slider is the big thing for him. Some nights it's unbelievably hard to hit. Other nights he can't really spot it as well. That's his big key going forward. But the guy's got a big-time arm, and now that he's throwing strikes, I mean, he could move pretty quickly.
Wow, sounds like Charleston's stacked. And moving on to even more in Charleston, Zach Dueting.
Zach Dueting was a guy when he was drafted that seemed to profile the power reliever type. For me, he was the most pleasant surprise in spring training. They moved him into the starting role. He has a pretty good changeup, a very good slider. Both those pitches need more work. But he's a guy that, as a starter, was cranking up to 98 miles per hour in spring training. The only guy that I've ever seen do that in Yankee camp, in minor league camp, was Jabba Chamberlain. I mean, this is the type of power arm that he has. He's trying to find that push point on how hard he can throw and maintain that velocity deep into the games. They're grooming him as a starter, and I think that's good news because he does have the type of repertoire, as long as he continues to develop, to be one of these special starting pitching prospects.
All right, the Yankees have a bevy of catchers in their system. How about J.R. Murphy down at Charleston? He just turns 20, so what can you tell us about him really quick?
Murphy's all about the bat. He was a third baseman in high school. Then they moved him behind the plate. He's got a very strong arm. In fact, it got stronger over the offseason. But offensively, I saw Buster Posey in high school. This guy reminds me so much of Buster Posey at similar stages in their careers. Who knows if he can continue to develop the way Posey did in college. But very similar body types, very similar type offensive players. He's going to hit for average. He's got power. He got stronger in the offseason, added 15 pounds of muscle. This guy is somebody to watch out for.
Wow, just another catcher to go along with Austin Romine and Jesus Montero. The list just keeps going on and on and on with these Yankee catchers. Just one more really quick for you, and then we're going to say goodbye, and we thank you for your time. But Chase Whitley in Tampa, which is high A, turns 22 on June 14th. He's opened your eyes, too, on the mound, hasn't he?
Yeah, the Yankees did a tremendous job drafting these college relievers last year. Whitley's one of them. He was a third baseman in college. He's a reliever now. He throws 93, 94. He's not going to hit 98 like Kane Lee and Burrower, but he's got a big-time changeup, and the slider has come leaps and bounds in a very short season. He's throwing strikes. He's only walked 2 and struck out 20, something like that. This guy keeps hitters off balance, and he attacks guys. That's what I love about it. He goes in, and he throws strike after strike after strike, and guys can't really touch him right now. He's going to move quickly.
All right, Patrick, thank you so much for your time. We'll chat again next month, and I'm looking forward to you visiting me on the BP set in the near future, buddy.
Thanks a lot.
All right, coming up next, we sit down and talk to 2 Yankees down on the farm in Scranton-Wilkes-Barre. That would be Jesus Montero, the aforementioned Montero, and also Andrew Brackman. That's next on Minor League Monthly right here on YesNetwork.com.
Hi, I'm Mark Teixeira, first baseman for the New York Yankees and proud supporter of Harlem RBI. Harlem RBI provides more than 1,000 kids with a chance to play, learn, and grow on and off the ball field. This season, I'm stepping up to the plate to build a home for Harlem RBI and its dream charter school, and I need your help. Join my dream team by making a donation to this great cause, and you can have a chance to be my personal guest at Yankee Stadium. Support East Harlem Youth and donate today.
Austin Romine and Jesus Montero battled for a backup catching job in spring training. They were both shut out, but they are playing every day down on the farm, which is what the Yankees want for their 2 prized prospects. Welcome back to Minor League Monthly here on YesNetwork.com. I'm Joe Oriema. Jesus Montero and Andrew Brackman are 2 of Baseball America's top 100 prospects. Both are currently playing for the Yankees' AAA affiliate, the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre Yankees. Recently, our own Chris Sheeran went out to PNC Field in Moosic, Pennsylvania, and sat down with these 2 gems in the Yankees system.
Two of baseball's top prospects are currently playing for the Yankees' AAA affiliate, the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre Yankees. One has been touted as the next big thing, and he's only 21 years old, while the other is a former standout star for the North Carolina State college basketball team. Recently, I sat down with Jesus Montero and later in the visit with Andrew Brackman about their spring training experience and much more. Jesus, in spring training, you had Austin Romine and yourself battling for the catcher's position down there, but then when camp broke, you didn't go up to the majors. They made the decision to send you down here to Scranton. Was there any disappointment in that decision for you?
Oh, it's fine with me. I mean, they make a decision. They told me that I had to come here to play every single day. That's what I'm doing out here. I'm doing my job. Thank God everything's going well right now. I mean, trying to do everything good. Trying to do what my coaches are telling me all the time and doing my best.
Jesus, with the decision that was made that we just talked about coming here to Scranton, I'm sure that there was a conversation with your manager down in spring training, Joe Girardi. How did that conversation go, and was it positive?
It was positive because they'll tell me, like I told you already, you got to go to play every single day. We don't want you to be in the bench because you're an everyday player, you know. So it's better for you if you're playing every single day than be in the bench or something like that. That's what they tell me. I was like, okay, fine. I'm gonna do my job. I'm gonna keep doing the same thing, trying to do my best in baseball, and that's what I'm doing right now.
You know, in spring training, you were able to lean on a couple really seasoned veterans in Russell Martin and Jorge Posada. What kind of advice, what was that like, being involved with guys like Russell and Jorge, and what kind of advice did they give you?
It was really good. I mean, Russell Martin and Jorge, well, first of all, Russell Martin, he's a nice guy. I mean, he was teaching me a lot of things, you know, like calling game or stuff with throwing to second base or blocking or something. He always was with me every single time, so he tried to teach me little things that are important that he do already in the big leagues. That's why he's in the big leagues right now. But I don't do. That's why I gotta learn those things to get in the big league. Jorge was same guy every single year. I mean, nice guy. I mean, he was teaching me a lot of things. Every single year I learned something from him. So it's good to be with him and the team. You know, a lot of years in the big leagues. You know, you gotta learn from something from him.
Jesus, what are you doing at this level to springboard you to the major leagues? What is it that you have to work on down here in your mind? You're doing it with the bat, but what do you have to do to get up to the next level and be in the box?
I think it's play every single day. That's the main thing. You know, play more and then get more experience. Go on games, throw to second base. All about catching. You know, it's really important being catching. I mean, catch is not easy. I mean, but we try the best to help pitchers to win every single time and to strike everybody out every single time. But we know that's not going to happen. But that's what we try. That's what I try to.
Do you ever think, like, how much do I have to do to get there? Or do you not let that bother you and you just go out and have fun and play ball?
I just come here to have fun. Come here to have fun, play my baseball. I mean, come here to do my best. I'm here to work. I'm working on my stuff to get in the next level, like you said. But, I mean, my first thing in my head all the time is have fun and you're going to play baseball. If I don't have fun, at least going to be a little in trouble.
Andrew Brackman is the number 5 prospect in the Yankees organization. That, according to Baseball America. The 6'10 starter is on the cusp of the major leagues.
Andrew, you were in the mix at spring training to make the big club, to make the major leagues. When you were sent to AAA, you obviously had to have a conversation with Joe Girardi. What was that conversation like? Was it positive?
Coming into the office, him and Larry, and you know, just talked about getting innings, getting more experience, and you know, just getting in a comfort zone on the mound.
That had to be a great experience for you, where you came into spring training knowing you had a shot to maybe make the big club, and it was your first time to actually have that experience. So what was that like for you?
It was fun, you know, actually being able to come to spring training and, you know, I guess somewhat compete, and it was, you know, it was good.
What was your mindset like knowing that you could actually be on a team?
Kind of went into it and just thought about having fun, you know. Sometimes that gets away from me out here, you know, and you can't let that happen or else the game, you just hate it.
We all know there are a bevy of stars, especially on the pitching staff, that you can go to for advice. Did you talk to guys like CC Sabathia, AJ Burnett? Did you go to any of these guys and ask them, and if so, what did they say?
All the veterans have been, you know, welcoming, and, you know, they know that, you know, you need pitching to win games, and it's just, you know, all the veterans, I guess, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's, nobody's really mean to you or anything like that or give you a hard time. more of a learning experience in spring training, and you know, everybody's trying to get back to, you know, mid-season form.
Down here at the AAA level, this is your first time here in Scranton at the AAA level. What has this experience been for you, the Scranton experience, and this season been for you so far?
Definitely just trying to work every day to get to the big leagues, obviously, but you know, sometimes you just got to take it one day at a time, and show up to the park every day and just try and get better.
All right, well, having said that, what do you think you need to do to get to the next level?
I think just mound presence and confidence, and just, you know, I think once that comes, that, you know, all my stuff will come too, and just hopefully just keep on progressing, you know, try and get back to where I was last year, and just go from there.
What do you bring to the table? What's your repertoire? We know you have a pretty good fastball. What would you say your out pitch is?
I'd say my curveball. You know, I've had a lot of good things coming out of that with the first half of the season. Just got to learn to control it a little bit better.
What do you think is the pitch you definitely need to add or to work on in order for you to make it to the next level and be successful?
I need to work on a changeup. I need to keep the hitters off balance, and once I learn that, I think games will be a whole lot easier.
Well, the Scranton Yankees certainly do have a terrific pitching staff that currently ranks at the top of all the major pitching categories in the International League. Coming up next on Minor League Monthly, our own David Fenster sat down with Austin Romine and discussed the catcher's future with the Yankees. Keep it right here at YesNetwork.com.
Fun. Fan-friendly.
I have a question for you.
And factual.
The first step is the most important step.
It's Yankees on Deck, brought to you by Blimpie, America's Sub Shop. New episodes every Sunday at noon, only on Yes.
Welcome back to Minor League Monthly. I'm Krista Robinson. Having garnered a lot of notice at spring training this year, catcher Austin Romine started the season in Double-A Trenton, where he continues to shine. Here's Minor League Monthly's David Fenster, who recently caught up with the catcher.
David Fenster, and I'm with Yankees catching prospect Austin Romine. Thanks for joining me, Austin.
No problem.
Well, let's start back about a month or so ago at spring training. You had an excellent spring training. Do you think you opened some eyes?
You know, I'd like to think I did. You know, I hope I did. I had one goal going into spring training, and that was to let them know that, you know, I could catch behind the plate, and you know, I could handle being in, you know, catching a big league game. And I think, you know, I did that.
You know, I don't have to tell you about the hype and the talk. I mean, this is something that's followed you all through your minor leagues. You know, there's Abbott and Costello, Laurel and Hardy, Batman and Robin, Romine and Montero.
That is, you know, it's been like that for a long time now, and it's not a bad thing. You know, it's getting us both out there.
Well, last year, you and I had spoken briefly in spring training about this. Each of you had the opportunity to kind of conduct your own club. And do you feel that that was a good experience for you?
I definitely think it was. You grow a lot more as a catcher, both physically and mentally behind the plate when you get to handle your own staff and catch every day. I know for me it was more comfortable because I came to the field knowing what I was going to do every day, knowing that I was back there, and you know, it made it a little more easy to go about my day and my routine.
Is there a certain amount of confidence that you build up over the course of the season with the pitching staff? I mean, last year was particularly difficult because it was in such flux throughout the whole season. As a matter of fact, I don't think we had one starter at the beginning of the season that finished at the end. The only pitcher who was with us was Pendleton, and now, of course, he's up with the Yankees awaiting your appearance in the Bronx. Was that a little more difficult for you with the changes that so many pitchers thrown last year?
Whenever you get a lot of pitchers coming in and out, it takes a little while to get on the same page with them, whether it's a game or a couple games. You know, I like to get inside my pitchers' heads and, you know what they want to throw, and it helps the game move a little bit quicker. But the more guys I can catch in this organization, the better off I'm going to be. So if I do get called up, you know, I've already caught that guy, or, you know, I caught this guy coming up. So it's making me a little more comfortable back there.
Okay, the word the other day at the stadium was that A.J. was talking after the game and talking about how much he enjoyed throwing to Russell Martin, and he happened to mention another name. There were two guys that he really enjoys throwing to, and one of them was Austin Romine.
Wow, I didn't hear about that, and you know, that's a tremendous honor for, you know, a guy of that caliber to say that, and you know, that's what I try and do. I try and, you know, make pitchers want to throw to me. You know, I think the ultimate compliment is, you know, that right there, what he just said. You know, that made my day right now.
Well, I was glad I was able to do that, and it's true. So your defense is something that's followed you all through and really hasn't been in question. And when they talk about Jesus, they talk about his offense. What do you think you need to do to improve your offense, or just to show that you're capable of being the offensive player that the Yankees are looking for?
Yeah, you know, the offense is there. It was there last year at the beginning, you know. And the one thing they even told me was they needed more consistency, and I agree 100% that, you know, I have the ability to do it, and I've done it. I just need to keep doing it and, you know, put a whole year together.
Do you have any specific goals other than to win the championship? Do you have any personal goals for yourself for this year?
Personal goals? I mean, I hate to say it, but get out of here as quick as possible, you know. I think that's everybody's, you know, idea. You know, they don't, you know, you don't want to be in Double-A for, you know, a long time. And you know, if I get up there and help the big league team in any way, you know, that's what I want to do. I want to be in the big leagues. So.
Okay, Austin, thank you very much for joining me, and of course, wish you continued success.
All right, thank you very much.
Well, thank you, David. Not only does the Trenton Thunder carry a highly touted prospect in Austin Romine, they also have a very deep rotation that includes Southpaw Manny Banuelos and New York City's own fireballer Dellin Betances, both who could have very bright futures in the Bronx. Well, that's going to do it for the first edition of Minor League Monthly. In next month's episode, we'll continue to give you an inside look at all the happenings among teams in the Yankees farm system. For Chris Sheeran, Joe Auriemma, Patrick Teal, and David Fenster, I'm Krista Robinson. We'll see you next time on Minor League Monthly, only on YesNetwork.com.